come back home now and bring you an update from the marches that are ongoing, at least we're told, in 8 provinces. Well, let's go back to Pretoria, where the public servants, that march in full swing. It is part of today's National Day of Action to protest the wage dispute between government and its workers. Newzroom Afrika's Tshegohaco Moagi joining me now once again. Tshegohaco, good morning to you. Earlier, I made the remark that this, by some political pundits, could be viewed as the ANC marching on itself. How do the leaders who are leading this march, at least the ones who are in alliance with the ANC, responding?
Well, Xoli, good morning to you once again. And I mean, as you mentioned earlier, we've seen Solima Paila, who is who's from the SACP, and we've also seen the National Treasurer of COSATU, Frida Oosthuizen, who's also a part of this march. And as you can see, we are currently in the middle of Pretoria. There's, of course, that very high police presence here. Of course, you do know that SAPU as well is part of this march, the South African Police Union, together with Pop Crew. They're also a part of this march, and you can see that it's just a very brief break that has been taken here in the CBD, heading over to National Treasury. And we've heard from the leadership that the biggest issue is that, you know, public servants are really struggling at this point. But I'd like to then bring in Frida Oosthuizen, who of course is from COSATU. Ms. Oosthuizen, thank you so much for your time. So, I mean, people would somehow see this as the ANC, so to speak, marching on the ANC itself, because of the affiliation that COSATU has with the ANC, together with SACP. Just remind us of your reasonings as COSATU to take part in this particular march.
Today, good day to the listeners. My name is Frida Oosthuizen, National Treasurer of COSATU. This march is not an ANC march. We're not marching against the ANC. We are marching as workers, as public sector workers, and as the community supporting us, because some of our members that's working in the public sector have 10 to 12 mouths that they must feed from their salary. And seeing too that the government have reneged on their increase, and seeing to that the government have reneged on the increase, their members, their family members are also suffering. The public sector is bleeding. And what we are saying, a 3% is a no-go area. It's a no-go area. Because you want to tell me that the 3% from 2018 up till now, we are in 2022 moving forward. And then this fake 7% that they have put in the air that we must catch, it's nonsense. It's fake. It's not true. And we are calling today on the government, because we are public sector workers. And we're coming from all sectors. And today we're not only COSATU, we are FEDUSA, and we are also SAFTU here. So all workers and the community is here today. As you can see, this big march behind my back. And you can see that the members is not happy. They are really not happy. They had it now. Enough is enough. You can't play around with people's livelihoods. You can't. We are in a very terrible state now where we are. It's close to the end of the year. Very close to the end of the year. We are very close to the ANC National Conference. If this matter is not resolved, do you think we're going to have a nice white Christmas? We're not going to have a nice white Christmas. The public sector is an eye. The private sector, they keep their eye on the public sector. If the public sector don't make a move, the private sector also don't make a move at all. And what is it what we must do next to get our increase? We are on our knees already. We are begging now for our own increase. But every day we are standing in our workplace. If we're not in our workplace, they say essential services. We must take that into consideration. But are we as workers taken into consideration? And we want to make it clear that the COSATU, FEDUSA, SAFTU is not marching against the ANC. We are marching against the government. We are marching as the public sector. The government is a multi-class party. It's not just the ANC. We must not be confused and try to confuse the world. So therefore, we are saying we are very serious. This is the last time that we're gonna march.
If you say this is the last time, what is then the plan should you not get a favorable response from the very government that is led by the ANC?
You see, that is the point that I want to move away from. I don't want to hear that point that you're trying to make, to tell me the government is led by the ANC. The government is led by a multi-class party. We must not confuse the issue. The government is not only the ANC. There's a lot of parties in the government present. If you look at their constitutions or their manifestos, then you will be surprised what they are saying. But what we're trying to do today is to polish those other political parties that is part of the government and then smear the ANC black to say because the ANC is in majority. So therefore they must be smeared black. No, we must move away from them, from that. We are talking about the government of today, which is a multi-class party, and we are here as the public sector to raise our voice, to raise our concerns, and to say that we say enough is enough. And don't tell us that the government don't have money. There is money. They must make a way to see that there is money. Because what did they do from 2018 up to 2022? You can't sign an agreement and then renege from an agreement. It is wrong. It is wrong. The public sector workers are bleeding. They are bleeding. We are all workers.
Thank you so much, Frida Oosthuizen, for your time. Well, there you have it, Xoli. She has been adamant that they are not marching against the ANC, that it really is a public sector march, and they want for the government to explain to them where the money has gone between 2018. As you'd remember, I've mentioned before that, the last time that public sector workers actually received an increase was in 2019. So the COSATU really calling on government to make a plan to ensure that these workers that are part of this march today are actually given the amount of money that they are actually requesting, between 6.5% and 10%.
Tshegohaco, thank you very much for that update.